This is RossDraws, a prolific YouTuber and the person that I want to be as an artist. He has a mix of bold colors, creative poses, and a lot of Photoshop effects that make his work look effortless. I saw this piece earlier in 2023 and I thought I wanted to learn from one of the best. I studied multiple hours of his bootcamp courses before I even started this master study. In this particular piece, he uses dramatic lighting to light his character in a really dark scene, a basic sketch of how he wanted to map out his composition, and blocks it in with red. Immediately elevates your piece from beginner into intermediate. At this stage, it's now time to block in and render out details. But with RossDraws, he paints over his lines rather quickly, depending on the piece. I did not necessarily take that approach. I know it will haunt me later. My biggest concern and challenge here was trying to match Nima's symmetrical face to the reference. He will keep old copies and toggle back and forth with rendering because it is a digital artist struggle. I found this incredible advice by Ari Pan on Instagram when I was in the middle of rendering this master study. Good rendering takes patience. Good detail takes time. You can't rush it. Make sure you have a good reference in 4K and train your eyes to look at the finest details. I spent the next 20 hours or so going over the finest details. RossDraws uses a combination of different blending modes to make the hair look more dynamic. I realized, and I would have to finish it at the end, my workaround was I changed the initial color of the hair from a light pink to a light blue using a clipping mask to keep the colors in place, a flat brush and an HB pencil to refine the colors and textures into a mix of whites, blues, purples, and a little bit of yellow. And at this point, like I said, I'm keeping all of the finishing touches and the effects until the end. To finish this study, I would have to fine-tune all of my colors to match my reference, and I think that it would just be faster in the long run to focus on color matching. Finishing touches are by far my absolute favorite when it comes to finishing off a piece. It is when you can sit down and play. For his rendering style, my other two areas are the sword, kimono. Those are going to be the biggest challenges of the master study, since the kimono, and I believe that the kimono and her hair are the biggest factors for conveying the light sources that he has. And make a gradient transitional brush effect that I saw in another video, but as you will see, it does not turn out how I would like. And to finish off my piece, I watched this video by RossDraws for final touches like this, like Ross does in his video, that affect the entire painting. I copied my canvas in Procreate. What I started with was curves and color range. Then he moved on to noise and texture. Nice white painture to overlay. I changed the saturation on my textured layer and switched it to a overlay layer so that it would do subtle texture. I tried to do chromic aberration slightly, and I used the perspective tool in Procreate. I used it on her face and judged how it looked on the bottom to give it a slight blue-green color change. And lastly, rounding out doing color dodge is RossDraws signature style. That is what he does to finish all of his illustrations. I skipped this step. I used color dodge for all of the highlights in her hair and on the sword, so I don't think I needed to do it in another final step. That is all of the ways that RossDraws uses to finish his pieces off. I enjoyed this piece. I loved the time that I put into it, and I'm still really happy with how it turned out in the end. I think it is a great start, and I hope you come along on this journey with me as I continue to make master studies throughout the year for February to celebrate the Year of the Dragon, and I am beyond excited to see what piece I pick. I already have one in mind. I will see you guys in the next video, and I will talk to you soon.